Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rich Bradley, President of the Board of Public Service. This is the regular meeting of the Board of Public Service for Tuesday, September 19th, 2023. This is a public meeting. We do not have any lettings today, but we do have one hearing number 8280, which we will handle at this time. Hearing 8280 is being conducted pursuant to Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. The applicants Chris Tate, Shelby Weist, and Ryan Brown, DBA Class Act Tattoo LLC, are proposing to operate a tattoo parlor at 5757 Chippewa Street, first floor. Due to the nature of the business, the applicants are required to hold a license issued by this board pursuant to the guidelines of Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. As outlined in Section 8.97.070 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis, the Board of Public Service may approve such application after a hearing if it is satisfied that the applicant is of good moral character and the applicant has given evidence that they will be able to operate the premise in compliance with all regulations and laws governing such premise, and the applicant is a resident of the state and their neighborhood consent petition is in due form, and the applicant's premise are not within 500 feet of an elementary school. The Board of Public Service has in its possession and is therefore admitting into evidence the following documents. Item 1, a certified copy of Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis. Item number 2, the applicant's file with the Office of Secretary, Board of Public Service, which includes but is not limited to A, the license application submitted on July 27th, 2023, with the drawing of the proposed premise for 7 chairs. B, public notices that were published and posted for today's hearing. Item 3, an occupancy permit from the zoning division issued for 5757 Chippewa Street, first floor, to be occupied as a tattoo studio. Item 4, a copy of the conditional permit use permit numbered as 131586, issued on May 2nd, 2023, to Class Act Tattoo for 5757 Chippewa, first floor. Item 5, a copy of the certificate of occupancy and zoning issued on May 2nd, 2023, to Class Act Tattoo for 5757 Chippewa Street, first floor, to be occupied as a tattoo studio. Item 6, an August 29th letter from the Health Commissioner Victoria Ann Worry stating that the community sanitation staff inspected the facility at 5757 Chippewa, first floor, City of St. Louis, and found no evidence of health code violations. The issuance of a license for a tattoo establishment was recommended. And item 7, copies of letter dated August 30th, 2023, sent to the Secretary of the Board notifying Chris Tate, Shelby Watson, Ryan Brown, John D. Tobin, Real Estate and Investment Company, CO John Tobin, and Class Act Tattoo LLC, CO Chris Tate, Shelby Watson, Ryan Brown, of this hearing. It is duly noted that the letter should have been addressed to Shelby Weist and is not Shelby Watson. The board will swear in and hear from the applicants and those in support of the applicant's proposed use. The board will then allow those in opposition of the tattoo parlor to address the board, if any. Each side has an opportunity to speak, and the board will then allow for rebuttal. At this time, the board asks the applicant to please come forward, raise your right hand, and be sworn in by the secretary.
Okay, I can take care of all you guys at one time. So do you swear that the testimony you're about to give before this board is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Chris, could you state your name and address for the board, please?
Yes, it's Chris Tate. That's 5757 Chippewa Street.
Okay, and Chris, will you be doing the testimony today as the applicant?
Yes, I didn't know if you needed all three of us or if you just wanted one of us or.
I think probably just one would be fine. And then when we obviously get to the support part, if your partners would like to make any comments, that'd be great as well. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I have a series of questions. If you wouldn't mind, just walk through them with me. I'd appreciate it. So first, are you a resident of the state of Missouri?
Yes.
Okay. And I just want to clarify for Shelby Weist, I would like her to confirm that you received the notice of the hearing despite the error in the name on the notice letter that was sent to you.
Yeah, I'm Shelby Weiss and I'm a male.
Okay, thank you, and apologize for that mistake there. Item 3, the state of Missouri requires a tattoo establishment be issued a license from the director of the Division of Professional Registration of the state of Missouri for the operation. Do you have a license for the proposed tattoo establishment issued by the director of the Division of Professional Registration of the state of Missouri?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And number 4, how many tattoo chairs are being applied for today?
That's 7 total.
And are you aware that any increase in the number of tattoo chairs must be applied for with this board?
Yes, I am.
And how many employees will you have at this establishment?
Like employees that actually work for us. Technically, everyone's independent contractors, but there'll be 7.
Okay. And will all these independent contractors, tattoo artists have their Missouri state licensure?
Yes, that's correct.
And that is for tattoo artists, right?
Yes, tattooing.
And then finally, this question is multi-part, so I'll read it and then I will cue you where to answer. So finally, will you be able to comply with all provisions of Chapter 8.97 of the revised code of the city of St. Louis, including the following? A, do you understand that as the operator of the tattoo parlor are at all times responsible for the orderly conduct of the establishment and the acts of any of your agents, servants, or employees in the operation of the same?
Yes.
Okay. B, do you understand that tattoo establishments may only be open between 9 a.m. and 1 a.m.?
Yes.
And what are your proposed hours?
11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day.
C, do you understand that tattoo parlors shall be kept clean and well lighted so that the rear of the premise is plainly visible from the front of the premise?
Yes.
And will you be able to comply with this requirement?
Yes.
And finally, do you understand that no tattoo parlor shall allow or permit any loud noises, boisterous or disorderly conduct in or around the premise or on the grounds of such premise, and that the operator shall prevent the loitering of persons on the premise or on or around the premise of the tattoo parlor?
Yes.
And will you be able to comply with these regulations?
Yes.
Okay, that's the end of the formal questions. And so I will open the floor up to you for any comments that you would like to make to the board.
I don't know. I feel like I'm put on the spot here. I don't know. I guess we're just excited to get open and just excited just to bring something cool to the neighborhood and kind of just bring a cool little our own little style and everything. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, great. And so what I'll do then is, if there's anyone else in favor of the applicants who wish to support this establishment and wish to testify at this time, please come forward and be sworn in. You're all 3 sworn in. So if you would like to unmute yourself and introduce yourself by name, and then make whatever comments you like, you're free to do that.
Ryan Brown. Yeah, we're just excited to be doing this, and I think it's going to be a positive thing, and it's a cultural thing to bring the neighborhood. So, and it looks really nice too.
And can you please state your name?
Ryan Brown.
Okay, great. Thank you. And anyone else in support that wish to testify, please state your name and whatever you would like to say to the board in support of this establishment.
Hi, I'm Shelby Weiss. Yeah, I just want to say I'm also really excited. We have about 50 years of experience in tattooing, and I think it's going to be a really good addition to the neighborhood, and we'll take care of the community to the best of the industry can offer.
Okay, thank you very much. At this time, I would like to ask the board members if they have any questions for any of our applicants today before we move on. Okay, seeing no questions from the board, I will one more time ask if there's any others in favor of support of this proposed establishment that wish to testify, please come forward and be sworn in. I don't see any in the chat or any on the screen. And Michelle, I don't see any in the room with you. So if anyone else wishes to testify in support, please bring it to my attention. Seeing none, we will move on. At this time, if there's anyone in opposition to the applicants or this proposed establishment that wish to testify, please come forward and be sworn in. Again, I don't see anyone in the chat or on the screen or in the room with Michelle. If you're here to testify in opposition, please bring it to my attention at this time. Seeing none. The matter concerning hearing number 8280 is now closed and submitted. The board will deliberate the matter following the remaining agenda items. I will ask Secretary to please call the roll.
Director Coyle. Director Davis.
Present.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Pearson is excused. Director Scobie.
Present.
Director Williams is excused. President Bradley.
Present, we have a quorum. I will call the meeting order.
Regular business from the president. Recommendation that approval be given as follows. Item 1, intergovernmental agreement by and between the Metropolitan Park and Recreation District doing business as the Great River Greenway District and the City of St. Louis, Missouri for construction of the 20th Street multimodal improvements. Item 2, intergovernmental agreement by and between the Metropolitan Parks and Recreation District doing business as the Great River Greenway District and the City of St. Louis for construction of the Compton Avenue Bridge over Mill Creek Valley Rail Yard in the City of St. Louis, authorized by ordinance number 70704. Item 3, PSA number 1266, task order contract for on-call bridge design and miscellaneous civil engineering services with Horner and Schifrin Incorporation for the maximum agreement amount of $2 million. Item 4, PSA number 1267, task order contract for on-call bridge design and miscellaneous civil engineering services with HR Green Incorporated for the maximum agreement amount of $2 million. Item 5, Port Authority request for approval of permit agreement to Grant American River Transportation Company a long-time ground and mooring lease to begin fleeting in time for harvest while the authority and Orco settle on lease terms. The survey and negotiation have concluded and the authority and Orco are agreed on terms to lease 1,154 linear feet of mooring. The current BPS permit will expire before the lease documents are executed and therefore request renewing said permit pending final approval and execution of the lease documents. Number 6, transmitted herewith for award is proposed contract with Sticker Brothers Cement Contract for Public Works advertised under letting number 8758. Contract, concrete and brick removal, replacement and complete sidewalk installation, BPS project number SP-116. The proposed contractor has furnished a performance bond as required by the city charter. From the Office of Special Events, request the following to be approved, subject to certain conditions. There are 3 special events to be declared as festival zones. 1, Hicker Toss Off will take place in the 6400 block of Wise in Clayton Avenue, September 30th, 2023 at 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Setup and tear down will start at 9:30 and ends by 5:30 p.m. 2, Arctica will take place on Lewis between Dixon and O'Fallon, October 7th and 8th, 2023, at 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Setup and tear down will begin October 6th at 8 a.m. and ends October 10th at 8 p.m. Number 3, Italian Heritage Parade and Festival will take place in Borough Park and surrounding streets for parade October 8th, 2023, at 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Setup and tear down will begin October 6th at 9 a.m. and ends October 9th at 10 p.m. From the Director of Public Utilities, recommendation that the board declares as emergency action the following. Item 1, emergency repairs to the pipe yard diesel fuel tank. The estimated cost of repairs is $5,980. Item 2, authorization for a 1-year service agreement with Teledyne Instruments Incorporated. This service agreement covers parts and labor for Teledyne's TOC analyzer at the Howard Bend Laboratory. This instrument performs analysis on the finished water and source water required by MODNR and EPA. The estimated cost of this work is $7,891. From the Director of Public Safety and Utilities, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Request from Aaron Brickman to consolidate the lots at 3241 through 3243 Missouri Avenue in City Block 1524. Request from THD Design Group Incorporated to consolidate the lot at 1909 South Compton Avenue in City Block 1302. From the Directors of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following be approved, subject to certain conditions. Request from 4100 Shenandoah Avenue, LLC, doing business as Cerberus BPH to construct an entrance ramp on Thurman Avenue in City Block 4926. Joint recommendation that 3 applications from AT&T be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 00134 for 1700 South 3rd Street. Application number 00137 for 1924 East Grand Boulevard. Application number 00138 for 304 North Kings Highway Boulevard. Joint recommendation that 1 application from Bluebird Missouri Alliance Network be approved, subject to certain conditions. Application number 00112 for Carr and North 2nd Street. From the Director of Public Safety, there are 4 conditional use permits to be approved, subject to certain conditions.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. My name is Steve Narr, zoning plan examiner for the city of St. Louis, representing the building commissioner. Per board order number 766, transmitted herewith our recommendations for the following conditional use agenda applications. Approval is recommended for 4 applications. 5930 Drury Lane, 3322 Watson Road, 509 Bates Street, and 4452 to 54 Manchester Avenue.
Thanks, Steve. Are there any questions or comments on today's conditional uses from any of our board directors?
Greg Hayes, make a motion to approve the conditional uses as submitted.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle, Director Davis. Aye. Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, today's conditional uses are approved. Hearing number 8280, Class Act Tattoo LLC, 5757 Chippewa, first floor. We heard from our applicants that they are in compliance with all provisions and will comply with all provisions of Chapter 8.97 of the revised code of the city of St. Louis. We received a letter from the health commissioner that she recommends the issuance of this license. The support today were the other applicants' partners, and the opposition was none. So with that brief summary, I will open the floor for any discussion from any of the board members. Seeing no discussion, is there a motion?
I move to approve. Scobie.
Second, Hayes.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle, Director Davis,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, hearing 8280 is approved. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from last Tuesday, September 12th, 2023. Are there any questions or comments on the meeting minutes as presented? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Davis.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle, Director Davis,
Aye.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, the meeting minutes are approved. Today's agenda, are there any questions or comments on today's BPS meeting agenda? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to approve, please.
So moved, Davis.
Second, Scobie.
Thank you, directors. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Coyle, Director Davis, Director
Aye.
Hayes,
Aye. Ooh.
Director Hayes,
Aye.
Director Scobie,
Aye.
President Bradley.
Aye, the agenda is approved. Thank you. Are there any questions or any comments before we adjourn today's meeting? Seeing none, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved, Hayes.
Second, Davis.
Thank you. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Director Davis, can you give me a quick call, please?
Absolutely. So,
Thank you, guys. Bye.
cell phone?